Sarah, a young girl with pigtails, sits at her desk in a classroom, tapping her pencil nervously on the math test in front of her. She stared at her math test, her mind buzzing with uncertainty. The choice was right in front of her. She glances at her classmate's paper, her eyes darting back to her own blank spaces.
Just one little peek, no one would know.
The teacher, Mrs. Johnson, a kind woman with soft eyes, strolls between the desks, her voice calm but firm.
Remember, class, true success comes from honesty.
Sarah's hand hovers over her paper, trembling slightly.
But what if I fail?
She takes a deep breath, tightening her grip on the pencil. Slowly, she turns her focus back to her own work. With determination, Sarah chose to trust herself. No shortcuts, no looking over shoulders. Days later, Mrs. Johnson hands back the graded tests. Sarah's heart races as her name is called.
Sarah, can I see you after class?
Sarah swallows hard and nods, anxiety tightening her chest.
Did I do something wrong, Mrs. Johnson?
Mrs. Johnson smiles warmly, placing the test down.
I could see you were struggling, but you didn't give in to temptation. That takes strength, Sarah. I'm proud of you.
You knew I almost cheated?
Mrs. Johnson nods, her hand resting gently on Sarah's shoulder.
Your integrity is more important than any grade. Never forget that.
As Sarah made her way home, her thoughts drifted back to the test and to what her teacher had said about honesty. Sarah enters her house to find her mom pacing, looking stressed.
Sarah, have you seen Grandma's necklace? I can't find it anywhere.
Sarah's stomach drops. She remembers earlier when she'd been playing with the necklace.
Oh no, I left it in my room.
She hesitates, guilt creeping in. But then she straightens up, takes a deep breath.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I was playing with it. It's in my room.
Her mom stops, looking first relieved, then stern.
Thank you for telling me, sweetie, but you know you shouldn't take it without asking.
I know I won't do it again. I promise.
I'm proud of you for telling the truth.
As Sarah grew, life threw more challenges her way, each testing her sense of right and wrong. Sarah finds a wallet on the street, stuffed with cash.
I could really use this money.
But she turns it in to a police officer, her hands shaking slightly. And yet, every time Sarah chose honesty, even when it was the harder path. In college, Sarah is working on a group project. She looks up from her laptop.
I think we should cite this source in our presentation.
Her classmates groan, one rolling their eyes.
No one's going to care, Sarah. It'll make our project look better if we don't.
It's not right. We need to be honest about our work.
Their honest work earned them respect and a good grade. Sarah's commitment to honesty shaped her character. Sarah, now older, sits in a job interview feeling confident.
What would you say is your greatest strength?
My integrity. I believe honesty isn't just a quality, it's a way of life.
Later, Sarah starts her new job. One day, she notices an accounting error that could benefit the company.
This would make us more money, but it's not right.
She approaches her boss's office.
I found a mistake in the books. It needs to be corrected, even if it costs us.
Your honesty is commendable, Sarah. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. We need more people like you around here.
Sarah, now in her later years, volunteers at a youth center, talking to a group of kids.
Remember, kids, honesty isn't always easy, but it's always worth it.
A young child raises their hand hesitantly.
But what if telling the truth gets you in trouble?
Sometimes it will, but facing the truth builds trust, and trust is something you can't replace.
Sarah's life became a testament to the power of integrity. Every step, every choice, shaped her into the person she was meant to be. Sarah, now older, sits by a window watching her grandchildren play. They gather around her, wide-eyed and eager.
Grandma, can you tell us a story?
Let me tell you about the most important lesson I ever learned, the power of honesty.
As the sun sets, Sarah's grandchildren listen closely, the next generation, ready to carry forward her legacy.
A life of honesty. It wasn't always easy, but it was always right.
In the end, Sarah's greatest achievement was the trust and respect she had earned. For in a world of challenges, Sarah proved that honesty truly is the best policy.